There's
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brandon Morvillius alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Here with Raider basketball coming your way here this evening on a beautiful Friday night of Indiana High School basketball from Randolph Southern High School here in Lynn, Indiana. We have your 9-3 and MEC Conference record of 3-0 Wapahani Raiders taking on the 4-9 and Conference 3-1 record Randolph Southern Rebels here this evening, folks. Glad to be back here with you on a Friday night of, like I said, Raider basketball here this evening. We'll jump right into things here with our Raiders Live pregame presented by FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. It's been a while, folks, since we have been able to broadcast some Raider basketball. Obviously, we was on the air a couple nights ago with the Wapahani Lady Raider basketball team, but it's been nearly about 2 weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks since we've last broadcasted a boys game. So it's nice to get back on track here a little bit, and hopefully this will be a great game here for us. Speaking of getting back on track, we lost last Friday night to the hands of the Delta Eagles, and really what was a very highly competitive basketball game. But the score at the end didn't necessarily, reciprocate the overall, not only competitiveness, but how great the game truly was just throughout. And, not only from a competitive level, but, being able to go out there and make things happen. We was able to do a lot of great things throughout that ball game. We was able to come back at different times. It was down to like a 4-point game. But unfortunately at the end, Delta kind of took over. And so now, coming off of that loss, how do we bounce back from a game like that? You're 9-3 on the year. This is a big conference game here tonight. As the record shows, there we're 3-0. Randolph Southern 3-1. So this is a very big game for both teams. And obviously, overall record-wise, we have a much better record than Randolph Southern. But this isn't a game you can ever take lightly. You can never take any game lightly. And we've got to be out here very well prepared and ready to go, and hopefully ready to execute a game plan here this evening. And really, it all starts with getting off to a great start here tonight. We've got to get out of get right out of the chute here. Being able to knock down some shots, obviously bringing the intensity on the defensive end. And just like I always say, I talk so much about being able to do the little things correctly. Making sure that we're taking good care of the basketball. We're hitting our free throws. We're rebounding, getting the blockouts. Communication also plays a huge key in the game. So being able to do the little facets of the game first is going to be a major thing, not only in tonight's game, but every ball game. But like I said, if you're able to get off to a good start, obviously that builds a little bit of momentum for you, and also some confidence as well. And I don't know if I necessarily say that we're lacking confidence whatsoever. We're still overall record-wise, we've still done very, very good. You come off a loss, you want to respond at a very high level here. And I'm sure that our Wapahani Raiders will definitely do that here this evening. I'm sure they're eager to get back at it. It's a conference game, especially like I mentioned. So, you come out here and have a renewed vigor here, so to speak. It's been, like I said, it's been a week since you last played. So, hopefully we come out here guns a-blazing to start tonight's ball game. Not only that, you want to put a full 32 minutes of basketball together. We've had some games this season, not very many, but we have had some where we might get off to a good start, but then you start to relax a little bit midway through, and then, the game gets close towards the end. You don't want that to happen, and you don't want to, stoop to the level of your opponent. So we've got to come out here, play a full 32 minutes worth of basketball, and take it to them here tonight and move on to bigger and better things. But like I said, this is a big game. Obviously, it's homecoming night here for Randolph Southern, so that's important to them as well. And this is a very big game for them. They want to win this game, not only from a conference standpoint, but, hey, you get to say, I got a victory over Wapahani. We've just got to make sure that doesn't happen here tonight. We've got, again, some guys, we're starting to see a lot more guys now coming off the bench and really having a lot of success. We have so much depth on this team, and that's really going to be the biggest asset, I think, for this Raider basketball team down the stretch, is having that depth, having guys healthy, and playing well together. I think that's another important thing to always take mention of, is the team chemistry. That we have great team chemistry here. These guys have played years and years together, and they kind of know each other's quirks, and in and outs of the game that everybody likes to do, and they complement one another at the end of the day. But hopefully we can just always remember to, first and foremost, hopefully aggressively take the ball to the basket. I think in quite a few of these games this year, I don't think we've quite stayed aggressive enough throughout the entirety of the ball game. We've sometimes, I think, got a little complacent with settling for outside shots and working the ball around the perimeter too much, which, if that works, that's great. But when it doesn't work, then you have to find something else. So we're very hopeful here this evening. You stay aggressive, you stay hungry, take the ball to the basket, force the hand of the defense. You start getting your inside game going. Hopefully that will only complement the outside game here as well here this evening. Again, being able to do the little facets of the game correctly is also very key here in tonight's ball game. But should be in store for a great one here tonight from Randolph Southern High School. Again, we appreciate you all for joining us here this evening. And we will step aside here for a break. We got tonight's national anthem and then the starting lineups, and then tip off again between your Wapahani Raiders and the Randolph Southern Rebels. We'll be back with more right here on the WHS Network. righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to Raider basketball here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. We have tonight's starting lineups here for both teams. First, the non-starters for your Wapahani Raiders. Number 2, Safani Buck. Number 20, Caleb Smith. Number 4, Justin Ray. Number 32, Easton Heffernan. Number 34, Caleb Henderson. Number 42, Nolan Dudley. Now for the starters, starting at one guard, a 5'11" junior, number 3, Trey Spence. Starting at another guard, a 5'7" junior, number 10, Evan Rauch. At guard, a 6' junior, number 12, Drew Luce. Starting at a guard, a 5'10" senior, number 15, Garrett Stanley. And at forward, 6'4" junior, number 22, Braxton Davis. Again, the Raiders coached by Matt Luce, assisted by Chris Willis. And at Somerset, Jeff Andrews and Andy Zitgrant. Now we'll take a look here at the non-starters for the Randolph Southern Rebels. Number 2, Hunter Spain. Number 10, Isaiah Peters. Number 14, Luke Bochat. As well as number 22, Parker Redder. Number 30, Will Hunt. Number 40, Ethan Haynes. Now for the starters at one forward, number 12, Caleb Whistle. At guard, number 20, Jordan Saylor. Starting at another guard, number 24, Kobe Hall-Croyle. Starting at forward, number 32, Alex Wigginton. And the other forward, number 34, Zach Jesse. The Randolph Southern Rebels are coached by Tom Byram, assisted by Joe Saylor and J.C. Price. So that's tonight's starting lineups. We'll go ahead and stick right here with you. Again, the main thing again here for Wapahani, you want to get off to a great start here tonight. Again, continue to be aggressive, taking the ball to the basket. Hopefully the inside game will get going early and often, and hopefully that will then just complement our outside shooters as well. And finally, just being able to do the little things correctly. Put 32 minutes of basketball together here tonight, come away with a victory, and continue to have a perfect conference record here tonight. It's going to be a tough ball game. We'll see what happens coming up here. We got Braxton Davis for Wapahani and Wigginton here. Pardon me, that was Whistle there for Randolph Southern. As the Raiders unable to come up with a tip off there. Whistle for the 2. So he gets the Rebels on the board here for the first time of the evening. A 2-0 Randolph Southern lead. Garrett Stanley up top here. We got Trey Spencer on the right side, back up top. Luce goes right through the middle. Spence at the top of the key. He'll step back for the tray. Off the mark there. You got that Trey Spence with the tray. All right. Post feed down low. Nice little give and go action there. Number 24, Croyle, good for 2. So a quick 4-0 Rebels lead. Davis with a screen on over here. Back to Spence. Now to Luce. Stanley looking to take it inside. Set up here. Luce for 3. And off the mark that time around. Tipped out of the air there by Trey Spence to create the first turnover of the night. Off the mark that time again for Drew. Shots up and good. Number 20, Jordan Saylor. So a quick start here for the Rebels. A 6-0 lead here early in this one. Just got to get our legs under ourselves here and hopefully be able to potentially knock down some shots here. Luce on the left wing. Luce from downtown, still no good. Another loose ball out of bounds, and it's going to be off of Wapahani. So not quite the start we were hoping for offensively here for the Raiders. Three-pointer up, no good. And getting the rebound there on the offensive side, Jordan Saylor. takeaway there. The Raiders creating their second turnover here of the game. And aggressively taking the basket there was Garrett Stanley. So he will head to the line shooting to the foul on number 12, Caleb Whistle. That will be his first, team's first. So we'll see Garrett Stanley at the charity stripe here for a pair to get the Raiders on the board. The first one's going to be up and no good. So far, I guess they forgot to take the lid off of the rim here tonight. Second one here from Garrett will be up and still no good. Bounced around a couple times. Whistle corrals the rebound. Nice job there from Evan Roush creating another turnover. Third turnover now for the Rebels. Now it's the Raiders' turn to convert here on the offensive end. Stanley back out to Luce. Thought about it. He'll take the shot inside. Still no good. So Luce having a rough way to go just along here with the rest of his guys here. We'll find it one way or another. Three-pointer up, no good. Rebounded there by Trey Spence. That's actually the first rebound of the night here for the Raiders. Stanley here on the right wing. Just got to read what the defense is providing here. Stanley takes it back inside. Shots up, no good. But there's Davis cleaning up on the rebound and the putback. So a little full court pressure put on here by the Raiders. Seeing if they can continue to bring some turnovers here, but a three-pointer up and good here for Wigginton. Let's get pass on over here. Now Roush here in the corner. Swung all the way back up top. Stanley back here to Luce with a handoff now to Spence. Three-pointer up and splash of the Raiders with their first three here of the night to make it a 9-5 ball game. Spence gets his first points of the night. Swung over here, number 24 now back up top. Another three-pointer up and good. Jordan Saylor from downtown. Luce for two, still can't get one to go. Saylor again for another three, no good. Climbs over his back, gets the rebound, and we will have a foul called. It's going to be on number 20, Jordan Saylor. That'll be his first, team second.
Number 20, Jordan Saylor, his first, team second.
And now the Raiders will see Easton Heffernan and Caleb Smith in here for the first time of the night. Yeah, so again, I've already mentioned there, obviously Drew not getting off to the best of starts here offensively. Just got to adjust. Find your way out of it. He's had some really nice shot selections, so it's not like he's taking bad shots. Just things aren't falling for him right now. Just got to still maintain confidence, stay relaxed, stay poised, and hopefully next time around that shot will go in for you. And now a traveling violation called on the Raiders. First turnover of the night here for Wapahani. So things just simply aren't starting off well. No way to sugarcoat it here in the early goings, and got beat there on the back cut. Saylor for another 2-point bucket. Spence for two, no good. And right there with the way that their defense is set up, there's still some open holes right there that you can execute on. Kind of surprised that we aren't taking the ball inside a little bit more here. And that's exactly what we do there on the fast break. Garrett Stanley up and good there for two. His first points tonight. So now you've cut the lead in half. And we're definitely going to have to start more or less just going right through those screens. Instead of going on the back side of the screen, we're going to have to go in front of them there to make sure to cut off any kind of action that they got going on right there with a simple handoff and another three-point bucket. Another big three there from Randolph Southern as they now lead at 17-7. The timeout there was taken by Wapahani. And again, they've been able to get open on screens. You've had, we've already seen a couple of back cuts that's worked that we really haven't picked up on. Another three-point opportunity right there. You had a ball screen, just simple handoff to the guy, and was able to set the screen instead of cutting right through that. Went on the back side of the screen, which left the guy open for an open three-point opportunity, and was able to knock it down. So hopefully, might do something a little bit different next time around. Either that or maybe just call out a switch on that screen. Loose, no good there on the layup either. So, man, I'll tell you what, I feel bad for the young man. Things just are not working out for him so far. But, hey, you still got a little over 3 quarters to play. Things can happen. Rebounded there by Loose. The Raiders off and going here. Swung over here. Stanley takes it back inside and gets it stripped away. Also, didn't want to take mention here. Safani Buck down to the Raiders lineup, seeing his first action tonight. Might have got away with one right there. Smith corralling the rebound. Stanley, nice outside, inside, back outside again. Smith now looks to drive baseline, finds Heffernan for 2. Great ball movement right there. Great court vision from Caleb Smith to find the open Easton Heffernan. And then to finish it off there with the 2-point bucket by Easton. Well done. Now we've just got to get some stops here on defense, and we've been able to get some stops. Created already 5 turnovers. We just unfortunately haven't been able to convert on the offensive end. No good there. An offensive rebound. A few more seconds back up here on the clock. As the foul's going to be on number 32, Easton Heffernan, his first. Team's first. So that will send number 12, Caleb Whistle, to the line, shooting 2. With 26 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. First one will be up and good. We'll see Evan Roush back in, this time here for Garrett Stanley. And then Hunter Spain now in here for the first time tonight for Randolph Southern. Second free throw attempt, up and good as well. And now Trey Spence back into the lineup. And then Ethan Haynes in here for Randolph Southern. So Roush will lead the offense here. And that's going to end up in a turnover. Spain for 2. Over to Loose. Shots up and no good. And that will end the first quarter. So the Rebels lead your Raiders 21-9 after 1. We'll step aside here for a break. We'll be back after this.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome back. Here's we get ready to get things started here with the second quarter. And I will say this much, Randolph Southern has came out with lots of energy here this evening, and unfortunately the Raiders just have not been able to hit any shots. Again, we have continued to struggle here on the offensive end. And as I've mentioned, several times in some games where we haven't been able to get that offense going early, you want to look the ball, to get the ball inside more. Stay aggressive and don't just settle for outside shots. And, we've been able to have a little bit of a, some opportunities to knock down some shots, just they aren't falling for us. So in order to hopefully build some confidence, maybe look for some easier shots, just possibly create some space or do whatever the case might be. But a foul called over here on the left side. It looks to be on number 34. It's going to be on Zach Jesse, his first. Team's third. We'll see Stanley and Buck back into the Raider lineup. Stanley here on the right side finds Spencer inside the free throw line. Davis with the rebound, and he'll be fouled underneath. It's a nice job there. You didn't score the bucket, but it's getting the second chance opportunities, keeping the possession alive, and that's exactly what Braxton Davis was able to provide right there. So second foul there on whistle. Davis at the line for two. First one's off and good.
Number 42, Carter Ramshire checks in for the Rebels.
See number 42 now in the ball game. We actually do not have, I think it might be Jake Misford. Don't even ask me to even pronunciate the last name. Obviously you can't anyway, but nevertheless, the Raiders looking to get back into things here. We're down by 13. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the first half. And this is where you want to see right here. We're not making it easy on this Randolph Southern offense. And you got to start bringing more intensity. Start bringing some energy. An over-the-back foul called here on number 2. Hunter Spain, that will be his first, team's fifth. Back in here for Wapahani will be number 12, Drew Luce. They come in for number 20, Caleb Smith. So again, the Raiders down by 13 here. See if we can continue to cut into this lead. Spence on the inside. Great look right there. Nice job of Trey getting inside the paint area. And an excellent job there by Stanley finding the open man, setting him up to be successful right there. This feed down low, shots up. And a foul called. This looks to be on Braxton Davis, and indeed it will be. So Braxton will pick up his first, team second. And number 34, Zach Jesse at the line, shooting two. Well, the first one's up and no good. Here's we'll see number 24, Kobe Hall-Croyle, back in here for the Rebels. Again, Jesse at the line here with one more. And it will be up and no good. Buck corralling the rebound there, his first one of the night. So let's see if we can get some good juices flowing here. Loose from three, still no good. And it's still another good shot. Just things aren't going in. Stanley takes it in, shots up, can't get the finger roll to go. And a timeout. 30-second timeout called here by Randolph Southern. So we'll go ahead and take a timeout of our own here. This will be the first charge timeout here for the Rebels this evening. We'll be back right after this break. All righty, folks, again, welcome back here. Brandon Morvillius alongside with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. As we come back out of the timeout here with Randolph Southern up 25-12. Been a little bit of an orthodox game here for us so far. That was the 7th turnover we've created on a defensive end. We can just find some offense. Stanley up top. Over here to Luce. Swung back over here. Spence back to Luce once again. Working it down low there. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. So the Raiders retain possession here with 4:33 to play here in the first half. No good there for Drew. And back come the Rebels the other way. Spain driving baseline there. Now kicks it back outside. Saylor now into the corner here to Hall Croyle and collected out of bounds, and the Rebels will retain possession here as the Raiders will see number 32, Easton Heffernan, back into the Raider lineup. Saylor finds Hall Croyle. Back up top, Spain looking to take it in. This is a back out. Nice defense here from the Raiders. Got to stay in your ground. We've got to continue to get stops here. That's the only way you're going to at least give yourself an opportunity to get back into this ball game. So a foul called looked to me on number 22, Braxton Davis. So that will be his second, team's third. And Hunter Spain at the line for 2 shots. First one's going to be up and no good. As the Rebels will see number 32, Alex Wigginton, back in here. 3:45 to go now here in the second quarter. Second free throw attempt will be up and good. Stanley over here to Roush. Takes it inside and fouled on the play. Put a few more seconds back up here on the clock. As foul be on number 2, Hunter Spain, his second. Team's 6th. Outside here to Spence. Three-pointer up, and he is money again. So right now, Trey's got the hot hand. Might want to start looking at him even a little bit more here. Already 8 points. And now another foul called here on the Raiders. Number 32, Easton Heffernan. So now that's his second. So both of our bigs in Davis and Heffernan with 2 fouls apiece. First one will be up and good there, make it 27-15. Second one here for Zach Jesse will be up. And got the friendly bounce to go. Nearly had the finish right there. Heffernan with the rebound. Tipped up in the air a couple more times. Now Davis still can't get it to go. No good right there. Saylor with the rebound. And a jump ball possession arrow favors Randolph Southern. Caleb Smith back in here for Braxton Davis. Obviously, you can tell frustration's probably set in a while back, but it's one thing you have to maintain a good demeanor here. You can't allow yourself to get overly, down or anything of that sort. Nice big-time three-pointer there from Garrett Stanley. Things haven't went, all that great so far. But you know what? You got to make things happen for yourself. I don't know how we got so far apart on the time-wise. 8 seconds difference. And the two-point basket up and good. Stanley back over here to Roush. Now Spence on the right side. Takes it in. Creates some space. No good on the shot. Gets his own rebound. Off the mark again. So the foul there on number 20, Caleb Smith. That will be his first, team's fifth. Nice defense there from Buck into the corner here to Wigginton. Man, look at the hands there of Caleb Smith, stripping it away from the offensive player. Stanley for two. So Stanley now with 7 points. Again, the Raiders back within 10. Nice job there by Heffernan. Standing his ground. Great hustle there from Garrett Stanley. Tipped the pass away. Nearly saved it in time, but stepped out of bounds right beforehand. So the Rebels will retain possession here with 1:22. Outside here, and an offensive foul. The charge taken there by Easton Heffernan. So the offensive foul on Zach Jesse, his second, team 7th. 9th turnover now for Randolph Southern. So you got 1:50. That could be a momentum swing right there. A play like that, Heffernan taking one for the team again. Let's see if it kind of re-energizes this team here a little bit. We've started to get things going a little bit more here on offense. Smith for 2. Great pass and a great finish. Smith with his first points tonight. Look at Buck right there with what should have been the takeaway, but a foul call. Back over here, number 30, Will Hunt. He'll take it and find Wigginton. Back to him again. Now a three-pointer up and good for Kobe Hall-Croyle. Roush thought about it. Back here to Stanley once again. The 2-point bucket there for Garrett Stanley. 9 points now for Stanley on the night. Look at Buck continuing to get after it. Man, oh man. So a 33-24 ball game here. Timeout taken by the Rebels after the defense being brought to you by Safani Buck right there. We'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Phantom, located at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they've been servicing the community for over 30 years. So if you have any questions or need them to take a look at your vehicle, you can contact them at 765-284-2593. Again, that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. So we will put a few more seconds back up on the clock here. Got 15 seconds to play. It's a 9-point game. Again, the Raiders have played much better here in the second quarter. Didn't necessarily still start out very good, but we've ended this second quarter rather well. We just need one more defensive stand here. 3-pointer up, off the mark, and that will be the end of the first half. So your halftime score, the Rebels lead your Raiders 33-24. We'll step aside here for a break. Again, this will be our University Avenue Dental game break at the half. We'll step aside. We'll be back after this.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
Stop on in at Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Phantom at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been servicing the community for over 30 years. Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the University of Dental game break at the half. Again, the Randolph Southern Rebels lead your Wapahani Raiders 33-24. We have a extended half because they had some Hall of Fame introductions that they was doing throughout or during the halftime period here. So that's why it's a little bit of extended time here. We have about 11 and a half minutes to go, but we did want to really take a look here at some things. Again, the Raiders didn't get off to a very good start to this game at all. Shots weren't falling for us again. And seen that a lot last week. I'm not real sure why that's just not going in. It's tough to explain. We've had great shot selection. We're moving the ball well. We did have 4 turnovers, but some of those were just little things that, obviously we got to clean up. But for the most part, we did a really good job of taking care of the basketball, settling for good shots, getting guys open. Just things weren't falling for us. Then on the defensive end, we was able to create 9 first-half turnovers from Randolph Southern, but it was just kind of the way things were going. So we've had some mental lapses on the defensive end, a couple back cuts that have went against us there for a pair of layups, also a couple of 3-point opportunities Randolph Southern has made good on. And, like I said, we just haven't really been able to get any kind of momentum going for ourselves. And that's the reason why we've dug ourselves a little bit of a hole. And it was a lot worse, but, I think we've finally started to get a little bit of momentum going here for us. And hopefully that trend continues. Like I said, it hasn't been necessarily for the lack of trying. We just haven't been able to get anything going. So hopefully we'll come out here in the second half with a better idea of things and hopefully continue to work the ball to the basket. You started seeing more the aggressiveness. When we was more aggressive in getting the ball to the hole, we was more successful. And so we've got to just continue to do that here in the second half. Hopefully that will open up some other things. And, again, we've had some really nice outside shots, everywhere. Everyone on the floor I think we've had and settled for good shots, just not falling. But hopefully our luck will change, and not only will we get back into this, which we're not necessarily out of it, but it seems like we've been out of it. Just the way things have been, and the scrappiness of the game, which you can't help. I mean, that's just – that's basketball. You got to play through it and adjust and find ways to overcome it. And just like this, for instance, with shots not falling for us, you got to find a way to overcome it. Great teams will find ways to overcome obstacles that are in front of them, and that's what we've got to do here in this second half. But you find yourself only down by 9 with all the, unfortunate play that's happened here so far. To know that we're only down by 9 points is still pretty good. So hopefully we'll get back and rhythm things. Hopefully we'll start building some more confidence and, not only within ourselves, but within each other. And hopefully we'll bounce back and get back after it here in the second half. Some stats we do want to recognize here this evening. Garrett Stanley leading the way here with 9 first-half points here for the Raiders, followed by Trey Spence with 8. Has a couple of 3-point baskets that were big time to get our offense back going again. Also to finish up here, you have Braxton Davis with 3 points, and then Caleb Smith and Easton Heffernan with 2 points each. Again, for a grand total of 24 first-half points here for your Wapahani Raiders. We were only 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Want to see us do a better job there. If we can get some 3 points, we got to take advantage. But still a long way to go, folks. That's why there's 2 halves of basketball. We didn't have a very good first half. I think we finished the first half well, but still got to put a full 16 minutes of basketball together. Hopefully we can do that here in the second half, starting out of the gate, and hopefully we'll just continue to ride things out from there. So we'll step aside, and we will be back here with the finishing comments on our University Avenue Dental game break at the half. Again, Randolph Southern 33, Wapahani 24.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
Alrighty, welcome back again here, folks. Again, Brandon Morvillius alongside with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, back here to wrap things up on our halftime report. Again, with Randolph Southern on top of your Wapahani Raiders 33-24. Plain and simple as this. We've been thrown off our game here in the first half. Haven't been able to get anything going. Defense has been subpar, I think, to this point. I think we probably could have done some better, some better things on some possessions. Calling out screens, being fooled on back cuts. We've got to read that a little bit better on the defensive end. But overall, not too bad. Offensively, again, we've done a solid job. It's just now it's at the point we've just got to start knocking down shots. Shots haven't fell for us, and hopefully they will here in the second half, because really other than that, we've done a really good job. We've moved the ball well. It's just the little things, I guess. Little things just aren't working too good for us. We haven't been able to hit our free throws. We've only shot 4 of them, but only hit 1. We've taken good care of the basketball. We've just got to be grit. We've got to be gritty about things, come out determined, refreshed, and eager to get after it here. Bring tons of energy here in the second half. And kind of more or less tell Randolph Southern, hey, we're not going to be denied here. So we've got to come out, like I said, with a new attitude and a new outlook on things here in the second half in order to get back into it, because give credit where credit's due. Randolph Southern has done a nice job. They've knocked down key shots. They've worked the ball inside. They've executed on the offensive end. They've done a pretty good job here on the defensive end as well. Rebounding, I think that Randolph Southern's did a good job. I think we've done better as that first half went along, especially on the rebounding department. Started blocking out and crashing the boards. I think that started becoming more important, and we started realizing that, especially on the offensive end, second chance opportunities was going to be key in order to get ourselves back into things, because initially that first shot was not going in for us. So like I said, still a long way to go. No reason to press the panic button. Just got to get after it here in the second half. But we're looking forward to it, and we hope all of you stay tuned in here for the second half here on the WHS Network. But before we go to break, we would like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. The Liberty Perry Alumni Association, which is headed up there by President Richard Morris. Liberty Perry Alumni Association serves as the Wapahani Center and Selma High School alumni. Make sure to visit their online website at www.libertyperryalumni.com to get information on any events and to purchase any Wapahani-related items on their web store. Also, to purchase engraved bricks for the Alumni Brick Walkway out at Wapahani, you can simply fill out a form on their homepage of the alumni website. And for any other information or any questions that you may have, you can contact Richard Morris on Facebook. Also, a special thanks to University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS. Greg, along with the rest of his talented dentistry crew, look to solving your unrecognized dental needs with a viable patient experience, outstanding treatment, and that cutting-edge dentistry. University Avenue Dental is located at 800 West University Avenue in Muncie, Indiana, and their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. And then finally here, I'd like to thank Tom Cherry Mufflers, located at 321 West A Street in Muncie, Indiana. Since 1946, Tom Cherry Mufflers has taken care of your exhaust, brakes, shocks, struts, and mufflers. So if you want the underneath of your vehicle to be looked at, stop on in there at Tom Cherry Mufflers. There's no appointment needed. They'll hear you coming. So, folks, we'll step aside here for a break. Again, this has been the University Avenue Dental game break at the half. Again, Randolph Southern with a 33-24 lead as we'll head into the third quarter coming up here on the WHS Network. Back in with the start of the second half on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Again, we appreciate you allowing us to come on your computer screens or television screens, wherever you're watching us from. We appreciate you for joining us here this evening for Raider basketball. Hopefully things will get a little bit better here for us as we begin the second half with the Raiders having the first possession here as we open things up here. Garrett Stanley on over here to Trey Spence. Spence from downtown, off the mark, no good. Back up top, here's Zach Jesse, swung to Wigginton. Now to Saylor near the corner. Whistle with a screen. Push feed down low. Whistle looking to go to work back outside again. Great job there, Luce picking up on the INT right there. Swung back to Stanley. Stanley from long range, off the mark there. Still not quite sure why we're not taking the basketball inside. Whistle into the corner, fumbled around a couple times. Now back up top here to Zach Jesse. Good defense here. We've got to continue this. Bringing the defensive intensity here. Nearly created a turnover. Shots up and good. Roush for three, no good. Bringing it down court there was Hall Croyle. Swung over Wigginton for three. Off the mark there, Stanley with the rebound. And we're going to have a reach-in foul called on the Rebels. Going to be on number 34, Jesse, his third. Team's first of the half. So now they changed the foul. It was actually on number 20, Saylor, his second. Spence outside to Luce, three-pointer up, and bounced around and knocked down to three. So that's the first points now of the night here for Drew. Saylor from long range. I don't know how in the world he did that one. Got the ball, just flicked it right on up there and went in. Got to do what you got to do, I suppose. Spence back out here to Stanley. Spence again now takes it inside, tries to create some space. And they're saying it's going to be out of bounds off of Randolph Southern. I thought for a moment that he might have just lost the ball, but he said that it was hit, and we'll take it. Luce no good. Davis corrals the rebound. Now back outside. Here's Luce again. He'll take the shot from the elbow for two. No good there. A deep three from Jordan Saylor. And a timeout taken here by the Raiders. It'll be their second charge timeout of the evening. We'll step aside here for a timeout of our own. 41-27. Rebels lead here with 4:39 to play here in the third. All right, folks, back out of the timeout. Again, it'll be Raider basketball. Down here by 14 points. Spence swung back over here to Roush. Now back to Trey again as he'll take it inside. Creates some space, finds Davis down low, shots up and good. That was a really good job right there. We attacked the basket, was able to get it down low to the big man. And obviously Davis did what he usually does, and that's being able to finish underneath and get the 2-point bucket there to get the Raiders within 12. Push feed down low, whistle. We'll find Wigginton outside. Saylor for three. Dangerous pass there, picked off. And now a foul called. It's going to be on Raider. Look to be number 12, and indeed it will be Drew Luce. It's going to be his first, team's first of the half. So Saylor will be at the line for two. And the first one's up and good. Bonnie Buck and Caleb Smith back into the Raider lineup. And the second one will be up and good as well. All right, fellas, we've got to pick it up. Got to pick it up. So whatever we're doing right now ain't working. I mean, it's just as plain and simple as that. And that's no disrespect, but golly. I mean, you can tell the frustration look on their faces. That's one thing you can't express. Can't express it. Because then, unfortunately, the opponent usually feeds off of that. Wigginton now for three. 2-point bucket up and good. Trey Spence now with 10 points here on the night. So Buck will pick up his second, team second of the half.
They're going to throw that. I want to freaking truck it. I'm going to lay him out.
Shots up and another one good. Holy Moses. The Rebels just shooting lights out. With a hand in the face and everything, not a whole lot you can do. I mean, that was good defense. You got the hand in the face. Didn't give them a whole lot of room. Bucket there by Evan Roush as he will collect his first points of the night. Well, things are starting to get a little chippy, you could say. As the foul will be on number 20, Caleb Smith, his second. Team's third. Look at Safani Buck. Look at that. Comes up with the steal and the breakaway layup for two. That's going to be an over back violation. Nice job, fellas. That's how you get yourself back into it. Defense, defense, defense. You bring the intensity, you make your opponent uncomfortable, and then you start executing on offense. Job well done right there by the Raiders. And then we get it right back to them.
Number 22,
Foul called here on Davis, his third. Team's fourth. First feed down low. Davis got to just stay straight up there. Sailor in the corner for three. Off the mark there. Roush with a rebound. All right, so you got your stop. Now you got to get back down here. You got to get yourself a score. And that's exactly what the Raiders do. And another turnover. Now over here to Spence. Outside now to Buck. With the handoff here. Smith takes it inside. Shot's no good. Davis with the rebound. No good on the putback. And Spence will be fouled here on the play. So the foul be on number 12, Whistle. His third, team second. Heffernan now back into the game here for Davis. Inbounded here to Buck. Now over here to Spence. Again, the Raiders down here by 15. Swung to Roush. Takes it inside, shots up, and it's good again. And nearly another turnover. Pass down court. Now back outside, Jesse with the basketball.
Go Black!
The little comeback has started all because of the defense. Bringing the energy. So 9 seconds now to play. Loose back in here for Buck. Now Stanley back in here for Spence. There's Roush, takes it in, shots up. Looked to have been fouled, but no foul called. Saying that he got blocked from behind. Inbounded there, Smith, no good. Heffernan with the putback. Yes. So the Raiders down 52-31 on a 10-0 run to end the third quarter, and we're right back in it there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here on the WHS Network. Alrighty, folks. Brandon Morvillius alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Back here with the fourth quarter play. Again, a 10-0 run to end the third there by the Raiders. And it all started on the defensive end. We cranked up the intensity. Why we can't bring that kind of intensity nearly all the time is beyond me, because obviously you've seen what we did. We turned it up, we created turnovers, we started executing on offense, getting deflections right there. That is disrupting the offense, which will then frustrate the offense. Nice deflection again there by Garrett Stanley. So, yeah, it might not be a takeaway, but it's still enough to frustrate the offense. That's what you want. You want them to be uncomfortable. Thank you very much. Now it's going to be a turnover. I actually pressed the stop button, but I guess the clock did not want to stop. Luce tries baseline, tries to find Smith. Now back outside to Buck. Stanley trying to create some space. Luce thought about it. No good on the two. Heffernan can't get it to go. All right, so the foul there on Heffernan. This is third, team's fifth. And a foul again here on Heffernan. That'll be his 14th. Got to continue to bring the intensity here. Can't have any letdowns. You're only down by 11. You've gotten yourself back into the game. Got to stay with it. Got to be energized. That was a travel. He hopped on the step, but he airballed it anyway. Here come the Raiders. Garrett Stanley leading the way. And a charge called. So the foul there on Garrett, that will be his first, team 7th. And another turnover created. Let's see what the Raiders can do right here. Smith will be rejected. Things are starting to get a little out of hand, I think you could say. What's from a broadcasting side of things, these are kind of the games that you like to see every now and again. I mean, I'm not necessarily up for nobody getting hurt or nothing like that, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with a little competitiveness here. You know, sometimes it can go a little too far. That just, I guess, shows that you care. Loose from downtown. Yes! Drew Loose with a second 3 of the night. Gets the Raiders now within 8. Another turnover created. Loose now over to Stanley. Steps out. Now to Smith. Shots for 2. Bounced off. No good. Whistle with the rebound. So the foul there on Loose will be his second. Team's A, so the Rebels in the bonus. I'm not exactly quite sure why we fouled right there. I mean, yeah, he was on the fast break there, but we still had plenty enough guys to get back. So the free throw will be up and no good. That might have been the reason why right there. And a timeout will be taken by the Raiders after Stanley made the 3-point bucket there. So unfortunately that won't count. So this will be the third charge timeout of the evening. 6:08 to play here in regulation. The Rebels lead the Raiders 52-44. All righty, folks, welcome back. Again, we'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. So we'd like to thank Muncie Dragway, owned by Scott and Don Daniels. Muncie Dragway is located along State Road 67, west of Albany, Indiana. For more information and upcoming events, visit their website at www.munciedragway.com and contact them at 765-789-8470. Again, that is Muncie Dragway, family fun, an eighth mile at a time. So following the timeout, it'll be Raider basketball with 6:08 to play in regulation. And we've found our way right back into things here. We have a 13-0 run going for ourselves. Up top here to Stanley, takes it in, dishes it back out, loose for three, off the mark there. Here come the Rebels back the other way, and he's going to step out of bounds, and it's going to be Raider basketball. The defense here by the Raiders, and more importantly, Safani Buck. No, he's not going to be one to light up the scoreboard point-wise, but man, oh man, the heart, the hustle, and the defense. Loose for two. And the Raiders now within 6. Great denial there by Stanley. And a kickball on Safani Buck. So the Rebels retain possession. Ooh, another near turnover there, back up top. Into the corner, and another tip away and a turnover. Gives them now 10 here in the second half, 19 for the game. Stanley down low to the big man, and he'll be fouled on the play. All right, so this is what you do right here. You hit your free throws. Simple as that. You focus, take a deep breath, knock down your free throws. This is the therapy session brought to you by Brandon Morvillius here this evening. So Davis knocks down the first one. Now the game within 5. And now, off the mark there with a second one. And you love the hustle there. Caleb Smith getting after it. Rebels got away with a travel. Nearly deflected into the hands of the Raiders then after that. Wigginton will knock down the 3. So that ends a 17-0 run by the Raiders. Inside to Davis with the 2. Eight points now for Braxton on the night. Three-pointer up and good again. So back to a 9-point lead after a pair of threes. Blue still can't get it to go. So the foul there on Drew will be his 3rd, team's 9th. So we'll see Spence back in here for Stanley. Also, Rouse will come back in for Safani Buck. What a nice game here by Safani. Goodness gracious. Still at the 1-1 here. Whistle at the line. And the first one will be up and good. So the Raiders got it I think it was within, 4 or 5 points. 5 points, I think it was. But since then, now the Rebels have managed to put 5 on top of that now with a 10-point lead. So another foul called here on Drew Lewis, now his 4th, team's 10th. So now the Rebels end the double bonus. Clock guy must not be starting and stopping the clock. And the ball must be touched or something, because I don't know how in the world there were 7 seconds difference between ours and theirs. First free throw will be up and good. Second free throw attempt here by Jesse will be up. Off the mark, no good. Spence corrals the rebound. 5th rebound of the night. There's Roush, no good on the 3. And so now another foul, this time on Evan Roush. That will now be his first. See if the Raiders have one more fight left in them here. Like I said, we went on a 17-0 run to get this game back within 5 points. It was 52-47. Since then, they went on an 8-2 run. And the second one will be up and good. Lewis back over here to Roush. He'll take the 3. Off the mark there. Whistle comes up with a rebound. So now we've somehow fell apart again. And now another timeout called. We're going to take a timeout here with them. We'll be back after this break. So again, following the timeout, the Rebels with 3 timeouts left. Wapahani with 1. So a 11-2 run here by the Rebels after Wapahani was on a 17-0 run. Randolph Southern came right back and has now went on 11-2 run. Back up top here to Jesse. Wigginton for 3. How in the world? Oh, for goodness sakes. Timeout, or a foul called here on Roush. So this game has went completely berserk, if you will. We went on a 17-0 run. Randolph Southern could barely get the ball across half court. And now not only can they get it across half court, but now not only do they hit everything, but we can't hit anything. We can't get anything to go for us again. So whatever momentum we had generated, we have completely lost. So Luce there with the rebound. Third one of the night. So the foul there on Evan Roush, his third. So we'll see Zach Jesse back at the line for 2 shots. And the first one's up and good. I'm flabbergasted, to be quite honest. I mean, I really honestly am. A 17-2 run now for the Rebels. After we went on a 17-0 run, we have allowed them to then go on a 17-2 run. I don't know what in the world happened. Very unfortunate, but give the Rebels a lot of credit there. So now we'll see Safani Buck back in here, and then some new faces in Justin Ray, Caleb Henderson, and Nolan Dudley. So Roush knocks down the 3. So that will now be 5 points on the night here for Evan. And now timeout taken here by the Rebels. So again, 69-52, Randolph Southern leads here with 1:28 to play. We'll be back after this break. All right, so again, back at the timeout. It will be Randolph Southern basketball with 1:28 to play here in regulation. Swung on over here to number 24, Hall Croyle. Now back over to Whistle. Tough loss here tonight here for the Raiders. No question about that one. Very, very tough loss here tonight. And, and the thing was, we kept fighting back. There was a lot of things that went on in this game. So it's really tough to point out one thing. But golly, man. We found our way right back into it. And then unfortunately, we just couldn't finish the job. So Is what it is now at this point. Roush outside here to Buck. Take it in, now dishes it here to Ray. They might as well take the shot there. Hey, if you're open. Roush for two. No good. Gentlemen, so that's your final score. Final score here this evening, the Randolph Southern Rebels defeat your Wapahani Raiders 69-52. We'll step aside. We'll be back here with our post-game report, Raiders Live edition, right after this break.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com, here with the Raiders Live postgame edition. Again, the Randolph Southern Rebels defeat your Wapahani Raiders here by a final score of 69-52. We'll try to make this short, sweet, and to the point here. Overall line scores here this evening. Raiders were led here tonight by Trey Spence at a team-high 14 points, 5 rebounds, followed here by Braxton Davis, 8 points, 6 rebounds. Drew Luce with 8 points, 3 rebounds. Also, Garrett Stanley, 9 points and a rebound. We have number 10, Evan Roush, with 5 points, 1 rebound. Easton Heffernan with 4 points, 3 rebounds. And then to round out the order here, we have Safani Buck with 2 points and a rebound, and Caleb Smith with 2 points and a rebound, and Nolan Dudley with a rebound there towards the end of regulation. And again, for a grand total of 52 points scored here for the Raiders. Tough loss here tonight. Kind of demoralizing in a sense of, things were not working for us at all in the first half. We could not hit a shot. Now we started to see more go in, in the second quarter, especially towards the latter part of the second quarter. But then here in the second half, didn't necessarily start out very good, but then we started picking up the pace. And, then we started seeing some of our shots fall. Then we was down by 21 points. It's 52-31. And we went on I think it was a 16-0 run. That's what it was. We got it 52-47. And then from there, Randolph Southern miraculously, after turning the ball over seemingly every possession, not only did they get it down the floor, and not only did they not turn the ball over, but they just started sinking shots like it was nobody's business. And again, credit to them. They did what they had to do. They played the game. They knocked down shots, which is, one of the keys to the ball game. So, kudos to them. Congratulations there to the Rebels, but the Raiders, really expected, once we got right back into the game there, kind of felt like we was out of it the whole entire night, and it wasn't necessarily because we didn't work hard. These guys, the Raiders worked their tails off. Rebels did too, but the Raiders really worked their tails off to stay in the game and to give themselves a chance to win. We gave ourselves a chance to win, and we just didn't get it done. We came up short here tonight. It's tough. It's very tough. It's quite frustrating. I know from even myself, even broadcasting the game, it was really tough. I started running out of words to say, to explain things. Some things just are not very much explainable after a while. And just an unfortunate night here for the Raiders. But we've got to bounce back. We've got a tough game. I think it's next Friday night at home against the Delta Eagles. We would like to return the favor, but at this point, we just need to get back to playing winning basketball again, playing the game the right way from start to finish. It needs to be a full 32 minutes. It wasn't a full 32 minutes tonight, and that's not any kind of hammer on anybody. It's just saying what I seen in the game. We're a much better team than that. But it wasn't necessarily that we did anything wrong per se. It's just shots weren't falling for us. And, I think our defense, we was putting too much pressure on ourselves defensively, and then, they was finding holes in our defense, and we weren't capitalizing when we was creating turnovers. And but like I said, in the second half, I think the energy was there for us until, like I said, about the last 5 minutes of the game. Everything went away. All the momentum, everything went away. And so I don't know. It's tough to explain. And like I said, I know it's frustrating for the guys. I know it's frustrating for the coaches. I'm sure it's frustrating for you fans. It's frustrating for us because at the end of the day, we want to see the Raiders win every single time they come out here on the floor. And when they don't, and when, it just kind of seems like, there was just a lot of things against us here tonight. But, you can't make excuses. Got to get better. There's things, obviously, that we have to work on. And I'm sure they'll continue to work on that, and they'll get better from it. But just a very tough night of basketball here for your Wapahani Raiders. So, again, we would like to thank all of our sponsors here this evening: Jones Auto Body, Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC Dealership, University Avenue Dental, Greg Pyle, DDS, B. Joseph Davis, Attorney at Law, Muncie Dragway, FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis, Tom Cherry Mufflers, The Barn Lot, Liberty Fair Alumni Association, and also a huge thanks to our good friends at Harris Chapel Church, along with Pastor Jim Ballinger and his wife Janie. So we appreciate them, and we appreciate all of you for joining us here this evening. Again, a final score here: Randolph Southern 69, Wapahani 52. The Raiders now 9-4 on the season, 3-1 in the MEC Conference, while Randolph Southern improves to 5-9 and 4-1 in the MEC Conference. So again, we'll be back at it next week with more Lady Raider basketball as well as Raider basketball. So make sure stay tuned in for us. Brandon Morvillius, again, alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Thank you all of you for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time here on the WHS Network.